We all at Heartfulness believe in a healthy lifestyle and try to live one. Today, we're going to experience something unique in the same direction. To take this session ahead, I would like to invite Brother S.G. Anil Kumar, founder and CEO of Samunnati, also a Heartfulness trainer.
Good morning, sisters and brothers. It's wonderful to be here, and also wonderful to launch an initiative that all of us would be proud of ourselves. You might be wondering, some slides scrolling on the screens related to millets. And I'm sure by now, almost all of us know why these millets are so popular these days. Yesterday, while reading out the message, Daaji mentioned about the well-being being a package, a 360-degree engagement, which for most of us, of course, starts with the spiritual well-being. But there is also the dimension of emotional, mental, and physical well-being. And the moment we talk about physical well-being, the important component that goes in to foster that well-being is the food we take. What we eat, and of course how we eat, determines our physical well-being. And it is in this context that we'll be talking about the millets, the new superfood, not just for the well-being of us, the humans, but these crops, the gift of nature, also fosters the well-being of our planet, our Mother Earth. Many of you might be familiar that millets are low in gluten or gluten-free, most of them, low in glycemic index, and most importantly, they also consume 1/10 of the water for cultivation that a normal paddy crop consumes. Imagine 1/10 of the water. And with 60% of our farming being rain-fed, and how precious water as a resource is, fostering millets is in the best interest of our future as a race. So let's now watch a small video on millets while we are waiting for the guest of honor and the chief guest to come here. We'll watch a small video on millets. Thank you. While the silence was baffling, but then I thought some of the important things are best absorbed in silence, and all of us are familiar about it. So sisters and brothers, please join me in welcoming our guest today. Our chief guest for the day is Sri Raghunandan Raoji, Secretary, Agriculture and Cooperation, Government of Telangana. He is not new to Heartfulness and Kanha Shanti Vanam. We have had the privilege of hosting sir on very many occasions here. And thank you, sir, for taking out time and being here. Right. Please also Lokesh. Yes, back here. Okay. Please also join me in welcoming Dr. Dayakar Rao. He is the CEO. He is the CEO of NutriHub, a technology and business incubator under Indian Institute for Military Research, IIMR. He is the person who is spearheading the entire millet movement and is passionate about taking millets to the masses, so to say. A gentleman who has looked at popularizing millets, bring about millet recipes, so on and so forth. So I welcome both of you to this event. There is this dimension of soft power, a power that nations exercise by doing something that is in the larger interest of the entire humanity. An example of that soft power is yoga. We as a nation gave yoga to the world and are exercising the soft power of the larger well-being of the humanity. Millets is the other dimension that is giving us this ability to exercise soft power as a nation, and a lot of work is happening on the policy and advocacy dimension on establishing this soft power. And we had the National Year of Millets in 2018, and the Government of India took that further, and at our behest, at the behest of our nation, United Nations announced 2023, the next year, as International Year of Millets. And how do we play our role as a nation in the larger well-being of the entire humanity is what determines the success of International Year of Millets. And that is what we are all here to launch the campaign on the International Year of Millets that is starting from 1st January. But what better day could we have than the birthday of our beloved Daaji to kickstart this campaign here at Kanha Shanti Vanam. And please join me in praying for the success of this entire initiative. I would now request the guest of honor, Dr. Dayakar Rao, to please come and share a few words with us.
Good morning, everybody. I am very much elated to address this gathering. It reminds me of a Republic Day parade with the huge crowds. For me, it appears that it's a parade for the millets, especially on the eve of launch of International Year of Millets 2023. Hardly 3 months away, country is gearing up so big. Many departments of the government with various countries and their embassies are involved in this huge effort, which is being led by our champion Prime Minister, who has taken the cause of millets to introduce to the world. Well, I think I'm sure that most of you are informed about the millets and its role in our diet. In fact, this independent India was striving to get food security. Now we are moving away from food security to nutritional security, which is very vital and which has a great connect with that wellness. I congratulate the Heartfulness, this entity, to take up the cause of the millets, to take to the next level. We, along with Samunnati, various governments, we are moving forward. I belong to Indian Institute of Millet Research, a pioneer institute which has built up the value chain around the millets, which was a forgotten crop. Now millets are, about 9 millets are grown in the country, and they have a rich array of biodiversity, and they are so nutritionally superior in terms of the micronutrients, in terms of the vitamins, in terms of the dietary fiber it contains, in terms of the antioxidant properties. All this would lead us to a various array of the health benefits, such as for those who are suffering from the lifestyle diseases, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, those who are suffering from the celiac diseases, and the list goes on, whether it is a cancer, whether it is anti-aging properties, or the gut microbiome that it works on, leading to the non-alcoholic fatty liver diseases. Lot of information is generated, clinical studies, and the technologies are also put in place by Indian Institute of Millet Research led consortium to make this value chain more vibrant and take to the next level. And we have come to such a stage where we would like to take it to the global, because all the goodness has to take it to, as you see that the Heartfulness is taking to the strides across pan-India and even to the globe. So the millets also, the goodness of the millets has to take it to that. This is the responsibility of every citizen, and I am sure that everyone who is sitting here must become a brand ambassador to take this forward, because this is our indigenous crop grown by India and by the poor farmers, dryland farmers, and there is a great responsibility for us to really support them, because these are known as smart foods. One is, it is good for you, as I was telling about their nutritional properties. It's good for the climate with a low water requirement and carbon footprints, and it can be grown in the adverse climatic conditions. And then it is good for the farmer with the minimal inputs that takes place. It gives such a wonderful yield. I think it is laudable, and that yield is full of nutrition. And the last one, it is also good for the business also. So with all these things, we call them as a smart foods. Take to the world the smart foods, Indian-based smart foods, introduce to them, and this way we can also introduce our rich culture, tradition, as well as the richness of nutrition that are through the crops that are grown by the dryland farmers, poor dryland farmers. Having understood all these things, NutriHub, where I am heading as a Chief Executive Officer, and we have built up the ecosystem in such a way where we will be promoting these millets by the stakeholder engagement, as well as we are supporting about 300 startups, so that we take this message to the world and provide the millets in a convenient form and for the export purposes also. So there are many things that I could share, but one thing I would like to conclude this morning with you is, because I always love to connect with the people. I'm sure that you all become the ambassadors and make millets a part of your diet. I think I am not calling here for you to replace with rice, wheat and other cereals, but include millets in your diet, at least once in a day. If it's a difficult proposition, 3 times in a week. Still, if you find it difficult, to start with once in a week. And then I'm sure that you will realize the benefit, and you will be able to tell others also. This is the way I think we can propagate millets, eat millets and stay healthy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. In fact, I want to share with you that millet dishes are being served in all the canteens, the dining area, since yesterday, and there are about 30,000 people here. I'm sure they will take the message of including millets, not replacing but including millets in our daily palate. Thank you very much for that. Now please join me in welcoming the chief guest for the day, Shri Raghunandan Raoji. He is the Secretary, Agriculture and Cooperation, Government of Telangana, for his few words. Sir, please.
Good morning to all the brothers and sisters who have congregated here today. I would like to begin by thanking Mr. Anil and other senior brothers of the Ramchandra Mission who have thought it fit to invite me for this event this morning. It's a great privilege to be here in the presence of so many brothers and sisters who are informed about the importance of ensuring that our diet, which is like the part of our existence, is proper and clear. Few years back, not many years back, at least a couple of decades back, millets used to be the staple crop of most farmers of the Deccan Plateau, especially of Telangana. Those of us who hail from this area know that farmers used to grow these crops, all kinds of millets, ragi, jowar, bajra, and it used to form the part of the diet of all the people who live in this area. With increased focus on food security and investments that we have made in hybrid seeds, other field crops like wheat and rice have taken over, and I think that has led to imbalanced growth of some crops compared to the others. And I think we are trying to correct that imbalance by restoring the share of millets in our cropped areas. Telangana, as you know, has been at the forefront of ensuring that agriculture is resurrected in the rural areas. And you must be aware that over the last 7-8 years, Telangana has made rapid progress in the fields of agriculture. The RBI has recently reported that Telangana's contribution to the gross value added product of the state has increased by more than 100% in the last 4 years. I think the government is committed to ensuring that agriculture remains a viable occupation for the people because it keeps more than 50% of our people occupied. And if agriculture remains viable, then that contributes to the overall well-being of the society. And I think promotion of millets, ensuring that more millets are grown by the people of Telangana and more millet finds place in the plates of the people who are living in and around Telangana is the focus of the government. We would like to use this opportunity of the International Year of the Millet to promote growth of millets by the farmers, provide incentives and ensure that their marketing and other support is provided, and also ensure that the products which millets can be made use of in our day-to-day life are also promoted among the population, especially the urban middle class. Very often the people who consume millets treat it as a coarse grain and therefore it not suitable for so many kinds of population, but that is not true. And I would also like to let you know that the Telangana government has started using millets in the program for young children, especially infants and other children in the Anganwadis. We are one of the first few states to do it, and we want to promote it in a larger scale as we go along. So as Mr. Dayakar has requested, we want each one of you to not only consume millets, but also talk about millets. And you would be surprised to know that millets and its products are available in all kinds of forms, as grains, as processed foods, as noodles, and so many other ready-to-eat material which the Nutri Hub is promoting. When we have such a wealth of grains in our own country, I think we have started importing other kinds of grains like quinoa and others which I think are not as good as the millets that we can consume. So I request all of you to please keep this in mind and ensure that the millets, International Year of the Millets, become a successful one, and millets finds the place on every table. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the organizers for inviting us here, and thank you for ensuring that millets becomes a part of our meal. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And we assure you that yes, this will be part of our daily diet for sure, and we go back to our good old days. Heartfulness Institute, in conjunction with the Indian Institute for Millet Research, NutriHub, and Samunnati, are taking steps to forge a public-private partnership model in setting up an experience center in millets. And the first such center is going to come up in the Wellness Center at Kanha, sir. Right. So we are taking lead in ensuring that the overall well-being of the humanity is at the forefront. That includes the spiritual well-being, of course, but all the facets of well-being. Okay, so I request now to felicitate the guest of honor and chief guest. I request Brother Umashankar Bajpai ji to kindly come over the dais and felicitate Sri Raghunandan Rao ji, Secretary Agriculture and Cooperation. वाजपेयी ब्रदर, आप यहाँ रुक जाइए फाइनल. वाजपेयी ब्रदर, आप 1 मिनट रुक जाइए, एक फोटो लेकर देन निकल जाएंगे. I now request Brother Sanjay Bhatia ji to please come on the dais and felicitate the guest of honor, Dr. B. Dayakar Rao garu. Okay, thank you all for being part of this program to initiate the campaign. Now 11 o'clock is our satsang, so let's all prepare ourselves for yet another wonderful session of going deep inside. Thank you.
Let us now prepare ourselves for the meditation session. I like to remind everyone to kindly ensure that their mobile phones are kept in switched off mode. అందరూ మీ మొబైల్ ఫోన్స్ని స్విచ్ ఆఫ్ చేసుకోవాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాము. कृपया अपने मोबाइल फ़ोन को चेक कर ले और सुनिश्चित करें कि आपका फ़ोन स्विच्ड ऑफ मोड में है. Please center yourself and remain receptive to deep dive into meditation.
Check.
Please start meditation. That's all.
To experience the trainer led meditation sessions anytime, anywhere, you must keep this meditation buddy all the time with you. Let us explore more about this meditation buddy, that is the Heartfulness app, which is now available in both English and Hindi through this video. Thank you once again for being such great receptive audience. Remain absorbed in this condition which is bestowed upon us by the hierarchy of the masters during this bandara. Hold it dearly, savor it, and remain blissful. See you at 5:30 in the evening today. Do grab your copy of the Wisdom Bridge book from any counter of the HFN Life and Books and More. Once again, I remind you all that the printed English version of this Bandara message is over. Kindly order your hard copy from the hfnlife.com website. And also the Preceptor's book that released in the morning are also over. So kindly order your copies from the hfnlife.com website. And download the Heartfulness app, your meditation buddy. There's a special announcement for all those wellness enthusiasts, healthcare professionals, and wellness experts. Save your dates from 16th to 18th December for this upcoming international conference. Stay tuned for more details. See you again. I am Divija from the Heartfulness Learning Center of Kanha, signing off from this session to see you again in the evening at 5:30 p.m. for the 4th session of this Bandara. Thank you.